This is the loadout you can use to 3-star the queen or matriarch, have protection against rats, and have enough time spare to get out safely. This loadout uses 3 different weapons, which we'll explain in the video as I showcase the strategy. You also really need to bring 1 zipline, 3 barricade kits, a raider hatch key. It's recommended you bring defibs, and you should bring about this much in ammo, although it doesn't hurt bringing extra if you have the free inventory space. You'll also want to bring a bunch of extra bandages because you might take a lot of damage from the queen. If you're experienced taking down the queen, you could leave these at home. Shield recharges so you could top up your health periodically and not have to feel pressured into only using it when your shields go down to a lower amount. Adrenaline shots are recommended so you can get to the spot I'm about to show you as quickly as possible. It is highly recommended you bring a medium shield. And as far as weapon upgrades, you should take the Osprey and Pharaoh to level 4, and the Stitcher should have an extended light mag 2, which can be bought from the gun shop if you don't have the blueprint. These are really important parts of this strategy. This will only work on the dam. Now, it could work for both the Harvester and Matriarch, so you can go to metaforge.app and see the map schedule, and from there, you can see when the next Harvester Dam or Matriarch is. Try and time it so you can get on as soon as it goes live. And by that, I mean, if you go to the map screen right now and click play, you can see that there's 10 minutes left on the electromagnetic storm. So if you check ahead of time on Metaforge and make sure that you ready up the second the Harvester event goes live, you'll guarantee you start at the beginning of a raid. It's not necessary for this to happen, but starting at the beginning of a raid will really help make your run more smooth. Now let me break down the strategy on how you can deal with the 3 stars with this loadout, how you can dodge rats with a nice location, and all of the tips you need to succeed in taking the least amount of damage from the queen possible. Right, as we load in, we want to make our way to Pipeline Tower as quickly as possible, making sure that we have our finger pressed lightly on the equip button for the Stitcher, so that if anyone pops out and shoots us, we're ready to respond. This is going to work the best because we've got medium armor and we've got an extended light mag. Most other players who are going to rat you out probably running a free loadout. So they're running a Stitcher 1 and light shields, right? Most people, even this late into the game, especially in solos at least, don't really run medium shields. So if someone shoots us, we have enough time to respond, dump our mag into them, or get behind cover first, and then dump our mag into them. And we should win that fight, even though we weren't the first one to shoot. So we're going to just beeline it for the Pipeline Tower now. And once we're there, I'll show you the strategy we're going to use to keep rats away. And we've got our zipline ready to go. We're going to put our zipline in a spot that allows us to get up there, but we can still watch the zipline when necessary. Okay, so here we go. I like to pop an extra adrenaline shot just so I'm prepared. Come up here. Fun fact, this is basically the only place on this spot that that's perfect. It's perfect. A lot of people get stuck on that, which is great. Yeah, so we like to put it there. It makes people fall on the zip. They get stuck. It's a little bit more difficult to get up. Great. The longer it takes for them to get up, the better for us. Now, once we're up here, we can put this right like that. And then that, just come across a little bit. They might be able to just about stand on that ledge there. And if they do, they're going to have to break down the barricade, which is a problem. You might need to use 3 barricades, but luckily we managed to do it for 1. And then we're going to put this here. And we're now going to switch out our Osprey for the Renegade to start the fight. What we now want to do is break this first armor plate down. It's going to take a few shots. And we'll talk about the queen attacks and how to dodge them. But every time we shoot and reload, we're going to want to look behind us just to make sure that nobody's come up on from the back, because they could still use a zipline to get up there. I'm pretty sure you can only use a snap hook to get up from that way. Sorry, if you use a snap hook, you can only get out from this side. With the zipline, I think you could get in from the back. So the queen's going to start doing her attack soon. It's going to be a barrage of missiles and then the laser beam. We can actually see when the missile barrage opens up. Oh, Well, that was close. Yeah, so usually it will be a barrage of missiles and then the laser beam, right? So what we can do is go like this. She can't get an angle on us, but we can still see her. Peek, look back, and then we're going to just keep shooting her, shooting that front plate until it knocks off. Not going to worry about shooting the brain. We just want to break that front plate off as soon as possible. Constantly looking behind us, being wary of the fact that somebody could take the zips. It's probably best we stand here. Keep shooting. Look behind. Eventually that front plate will come off. Once it's off, we can start focusing on a different strategy. And that's when we move to the Osprey. Now, we are chipping away a little bit with the damage. But it's going to be a long way to go because the bullet velocity on the Pharaoh rocks off. So we can get a couple more shots in and then she's going to do the laser beam attack on us. He does seem to be a little bit busy with the player in the harvester, which gives us a bit more room. Keep firing on that armor plate. Soon it will break off. A little bit more time. Now, if you had any other weapon, like a patina, a hole cracker, a equalizer, this would be a lot faster. But this is a cheaper loadout. So we have to expect some difficulties in the beginning. Right? It'll take a little bit of time to get this off. Worth it in the end. You might feel it's a bit overkill to keep looking behind your shoulder. Just going to give you a little bit of more peace of mind because somebody could still come up there. Right. Shouldn't be too long now before that armor plate breaks off, and that is when we're going to be able to start racking up damage. Okay. Makes it a little bit harder. We kind of have to spend longer aiming down sights with the Pharaoh because the Queen is not facing towards us. Sometimes you get it where the Queen is facing towards you. Now, if later on somebody comes up here... I forgot to bring defibs. My goodness. Always bring defibs. I just did another run of this a minute ago to test that it actually is a viable strategy before I made the video. And I brought 3 defibs. And then this time I forget. Always bring defibs. Don't be like me. It helps because you can res other people and they can help you, and you can give them a defib and then they can res you as well. Right, there we go. There we go. She's coming this way. Brilliant. Okay, step back now. It's not going to do damage to us as long as we stay behind here. If we peek over for a second, there's going to be a problem. So that left side is now changing in color. It is now brown, which means it's almost broken off. Just got to keep paying attention, shooting that part there. There's the laser beam. So it's just the same attack pattern. Laser beam, missile. Laser beam, missile. Laser beam, missile. Stay in the same spot. Wait for the missiles to come down. Watch out, though, because sometimes I have had it where the missile lands on top of me, and somehow it does damage. But you've got enough time to respond to the missiles. You don't have enough time to respond to the laser. As soon as these missiles come down, you then want to look out and watch that laser beam. Make sure that we don't get caught out by it. That first plate's almost off. Bearing in mind that we're basically doing it solo right now. It's a lot sort of slower in terms of getting that armor playing off. But if we can do it like this, then you know that you can do it as well, right? Is that off yet? Almost. Almost. Okay. Someone's coming up the zip. Nope. Heard someone on a zip. Okay, let's take a moment. If you hear any noise of players, just be a little bit extra vigilant. Oh. Okay, sometimes you just get unlucky and the fire spreads everywhere where you need to stand, and then you got to be really careful. Oh, there we go. Go. That's what I mean about the Stitcher, man. Medium ammo Stitcher. Don't let him drop off. We've got to take his loot. Not sure how he got up here. He might have been able to... Oh, he broke down the thing. Okay. Well, proof in hand there with the Stitcher, medium armor strat. He had to reload before I died. I didn't. Because he's only got a light armor, right? If he had medium, it would have been a problem. Let's see if he's got any stuff to help us. Free loadout as expected. Yeah, there you go. There's the proof. Proof in the pudding. I'm glad that he came up here because it allowed us to test it. I actually did not realize that that armor had broken down. The shield barricade. So we're going to have to pick this one up now. And put it down to block that off because he almost got the jump on us. I don't know. Maybe he managed to pick it up when I wasn't listening. I don't know. But we'll have to put that back there. If anyone else comes up, we need to be a bit more vigilant now. At the time, we've got 20 minutes left. If we look at our stats right now, we've only done 300 damage. You're probably wondering, how am I even going to do this? There's no way. Well, we've just got to keep shooting down that armor plating, and we've almost done it. Oh, look, there we go. So, okay, so we got it now. So we can take away the Pharaoh and put the Osprey in. Now, we keep shooting this. Look how much damage is going to start coming in now. Okay, oh, I don't need to reload. I'm not using the Pharaoh anymore. Aim for that point there. Great, if you could turn around. Thank you. Yeah. Right. What were we on before? 100. And now, look, we're already at 500. Right? Once that armor plate has gone, things really start to speed up. And if you can get a shot on that, that's going to be nice. Sometimes if she turns around, you might have to pull out the Pharaoh again and go for the other armor plate. It's just quite unfortunate that not a lot of people have turned up. Makes it harder. Yeah, she's gone for a walkabout now. We're going to have to break off that other armor plate so that no matter what angle she's facing, we can still get an angle on her weaker armor. Right. Once that armor's off, you don't have to worry about time anymore. Got all the time. Well, no, you haven't got all the time in the world, but you're doing more damage per shot. You got the Osprey. You'll be fine. Like I say, if we're only doing this with the Pharaoh, you're going to struggle. You're really going to struggle because it's just really hard to get enough damage shots out and damage at this distance. The Pharaoh bullet velocity is not as good as the Osprey, which means longer range. You're going to do less damage per shot. You know? We're almost out of that armor piece now. And then we can finally put the Pharaoh away. You've got to be quite precise with it, right? Especially when she starts walking away like that. Almost there. And we've got 18 minutes to farm 4k damage with the Osprey. Easy. Plenty of time. Just as she's moving, it becomes a little bit harder to get a shot on the right armor piece, unfortunately. Never seen her go all the way up there before. Somebody had a bad time. It's all about positioning, my friends. All about positioning. She's got a horrible position on me right now. Yeah, look at that. Because she's not where I'm used to. Right, we're going to pull out the Osprey for a bit now. Because she's got... Yeah, we've got an angle. Both of the armor plates are off now. Fun fact, what you can do is we can peek like this and then just aim in like that. Right, so look, not taking damage, not taking damage. Peek, bam. You have to be a little bit careful though. Okay, now we can get a critical shot on her brain. But for now, we're just going to keep shooting that metal armor. Keep shooting that metal armor that's fallen off. There's one more plate there that's almost broken off. Yeah, we might have to swap back to the Pharaoh if she keeps... Yep. Have to go back to the Pharaoh now, but if we look at the damage, we're now at 900. This is starting to really speed up now. Got to break off that armor plate as well. So there's a few armor plates that you can knock off. The larger surface area, the more likely you're just going to hit the good parts. And this piece will actually have a small window into her red core in the middle. You can knock that one off. Oh, she's facing that way now. Come back, Queenie. Come back, Queen. We've got 40 bullets, so ammo is not the most worrying thing here. Might be able to just knock off the top piece. Yeah, she's starting to just go all over the place. Right. It will happen. Can try and get some better angles now. Brilliant. There we go. Can get a nice little angle on her there. What the? Okay, interesting. If she's doing the laser beam and target switches, she just instantly hits you. Good to know. Let me just go check. I'm hearing some noises over here. There we go. Didn't say anything, so... Whoa! Oh, you doing the trial?
Yeah.
Okay, man, let's go. Didn't bring defib, so I can't help him. But, yeah, that was a little bit scary. Better not to shoot him. One more player to get the queen's armor off. That works for us. Yeah, we still need to get that armor off then. 15 minutes left. We've got a raider hatch key. Don't need to worry. Let's just keep trying to break off that armor. Okay. Someone brought a hull cracker now. Nice. There we go. There's that. That's the juicy part. We got the juicy part off now. Now we can get an angle of her core. Okay. 64 damage per shot at this distance. Not bad. Going away again, dude. There we go. That's fine. And get an angle on the weak armor at most positions now. There's a red core. There's a red core. Hit that. We'll do even more damage. Got a shot on it there. 64. There we go. Damage is building up now. And this is where it really starts to get really easy for us to build up that damage. This is the cheapest loadout to do it, right? Most people probably have an Osprey blueprint at this point. If you don't, you can find them in weapon cases, in raider caches, ammo boxes, most commonly on all raids. Day raids, night raids, doesn't really matter. It's a lower tier blueprint, so it has a just as good chance to spawn in day raids. Or you can just go and loot a bunch, and you will even find the Osprey itself, and not just the blueprint, in a bunch of places as well. Usually what will happen is the queen starts to take more damage, more people will get the confidence to come and say hello. There's more chance they'll come out with loot. So your start, it feels like the start is really slow. And you run a cheap loadout. Well, that's being greedy there. I shouldn't have picked that. You'll feel like the start is really slow. And then as you start to build up, you'll do more damage. And look, we're already at 1.7k now. So here we go. Coming along nicely. Alright. The Renegade is also another good weapon to use. But the Renegade has, at this distance, quite a lot of damage fall off as well. So you're worth off using something. Well, Osprey. Just Osprey. That's it. Osprey. Yeah. Just the best weapon for this. In terms of cheap, like, if you're not taking in a legendary, right? If you're not taking in a legendary, this is the best shout. 64 damage per shot on that exposed armor. Fire fairly quickly. Alright, laser beam, careful, and fire. Let's walk back a bit. Check our progress. Currently 2,000. We've done about almost 2,000 in 6 minutes. Someone below us as well. Looks like the queen might die soon. Fine, we got time. As more people start to fire as well, of course, that means the number of missiles are spread more equally between players. He's going to be aiming her laser on other targets more often. Gives us more time to shoot as well. This laser is at me, definitely. Oh, no. Still doing the missiles, okay. Make a move. Let's look at our progress. 2.2k. Progress, here we go. She's walking away now, which is a bit inconvenient. Not gonna lie. Check out Osprey durability, 95%, 95 out of 130, still decent enough. Plenty. I've got a snitch calling in here. I think that we have to be careful of it. It will occasionally happen. Is smoking already? Okay, this is an interesting angle. Alright, focus the wasps first. Alternate your shots between the 2 wasps. That's going to stop them from firing. And then once the 2 wasps are dead, you can do the hornet. Because the wasps do a lot of damage. The hornet does do damage, but it's easier to avoid. We don't have much cover up here, so let's have to deal with them quickly. Where'd the queen go, dude? Down there? I have to move up this way then. Interesting angle. I mean, this is good for us. Closer means more damage for us. Right. There we go. Look, 108 damage per shot there, which is great. Get another angle. Just keep shooting those white armor pieces. Right. There we go. It's in a great spot. The good thing is she'll always find an angle on you. No matter where you are. So if there's no one else, like in the harvester, you're basically getting a really nice angle on her. And you can just sort of like play this really cheeky angle. Right. Be careful not to fall off the edge. That wouldn't go down so well. Right, there we go. Laser beam, watch out for that. She might get a horrible angle on you right here. Who knows? Looks like we are able to shoot through this, so that's good. Okay, nice. Brilliant. Building up the damage. We should be pretty close at this point. You don't even need to aim fully with the Osprey. When you're at this distance, it's not going to matter, man. Here we go. This just means that we can get farther shots. That might be right at me. Yeah, we can get an angle of it, though. Right, we can see what she's doing, but stay behind the cover. The glory of third-person games. Right, we've got to be pretty close at this point. Just don't panic. Don't feel pressured about time. When you get to that 8-minute mark, 7-minute mark, 5-minute mark, it's fine. I could still run all the way over to here with the time that we have right now. Not a problem. In fact, we could get there and just have a couple minutes to spare. Right, she's got a horrible angle. She's now looking directly up in the sky. So in terms of damage from her laser, what do we need to worry about? Get that angle. She's walking out again. That's fine. Okay, keep it up. There we go. We got the 4-star with 8 minutes to spare. Now, depending on how much time you've got left, how much ammo, and how weak the queen is, you could try to take down the queen and then loot it. Just be aware that that's when the majority of rats will come out. So think of an exit plan and an escape. What I like to do instead, if nobody else is around, is get ready and go to the extract, wait for the queen to de-aggro, and see if I can shoot off any legs or go and loot any legs that have already fallen off. Then we can loot those safely. If there's still players around, then they're still shooting the queen, then we can work together to fight the queen and wait till the queen is on fire, and then quickly get as close to the queen as humanly possible so that we can loot it the moment it dies, because there will definitely be rats around trying to grab the loot before anyone else can. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this informational. If you enjoyed it, let me know, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheerio!